Hello, you fine burritos. Today, I'm reviewing Enter the Gungeon. So you can see that's the Gungeon. It is quite terrifying from a difficulty sense, but we'll get to that later. Alright, let's start with the options here. You got the normal gameplay options. Enable quick gun switch. Hide empty guns in combat. This is nice. When you're in combat, you won't switch to an empty gun. Default characters, last one used. You can set them to the 4 main, Then over here, screen shake amount. That's basically how much your screen reacts to being hit or something. Co-op's shake reduction for co-op. Controller aim lock, controller aim assist. It helps with aiming with controller, obviously. You can turn vibration on and off. You choose your cursor. A wide variety. I like this one the best, which is the default one. Minimap display, you can display in or out of combat. You can switch on speedrun mode, beast mode, save slots, and all that good stuff. Alright. He's got controls. Primary control, what player 1 uses, what player 2 uses. I should also note that co-op is local only. It's not online. So if you have a friend over, you can play this. You'll just have to give him a controller. Otherwise, you can't really play with your online buddies, which is a shame, but, stuff like that costs money, and this game's been in development for a long time, and indie devs usually don't have that much money to work with. At the same time, I hope they implement it in the future, because it's kind of sucks not to have that, You can add the keyboard bindings, as you can see. Not much there to tell. Alright, now video settings. With those, we have basically the visual presets that goes from high, medium, low. Then resolution. Mine's an ultra wide. It does not actually support ultra wide. So what you're going to see is just normal 16:9, which is what my game displays regardless. And with how the game works, I kind of understand, because seeing a ultra wide perspective would kind of show hidden rooms and stuff you shouldn't really see. At the same time, it kind of sucks, because ultra wide should be, I guess, more supported than it is. Even though most games support it like hell. Baldur's Gate supports it, and that game was made in 1998. Anyway, you got scaling mode, pixel perfect, uniform scaling. There's not much to that one. It's pretty self-explanatory. I didn't really see a difference between either of them, but I'm running it on a 1080p monitor, so take that as you will. Full screen mode, you got the normal windowed borderless and full screen. Gamma settings, brightness, all that. VSync. VSync will cap it at 60. I recommend turning it off, because really you want the quickest amount of reaction you can, and if you're running a high-speed monitor, you'll want that too. As technically my monitor is 75 hertz, so I want to run at that. Then you have the normal lighting quality, shader quality, real-time reflections, which I had on. It's weird that some of my settings got reset, but whatever. And then, debris quality. It does affect the frame rate quite a bit. So if you have a crappy quality PC, this is something you probably want to turn down. Mostly, I think it's a CPU thing, but I haven't really tested, as I only have one computer at the moment. Alright, confirm. Audio. Not much really to say here. Moving on. Alright. Let's start playing here. Alright, so you got 4 characters to choose from. You got the Hunter, which starts with a pistol, a dog, which collects things, and a crossbow. The dog does not help in combat. Otherwise, this character would be completely overpowered. Then you got the convict, which has Molotovs, a revolver, and a shotgun. And if she gets hit, she gets very angry. You have the pilot, who has a lockpick, which can force open lock chests without needing a key. Then you have better store prices. I actually can't remember what that chest does, so I'll pick him and show you guys. The Marine gets a helmet, which means he starts with 1 health, and you can call ammo drops to basically get ammo. He starts out with a decent sidearm, and he has increased accuracy and reload speed. Honestly, this guy may be the best character to choose usually. The dog's pretty fun to have, and the crossbow is a pretty powerful weapon in the first part of the dungeon. She's alright. She has a Molotov and a shotgun, so she's decent. And if she gets hit, she gets increased damage. He's kind of the worst, unless you like saving keys and decreased shot prices. But otherwise, he's kind of the worst one. You can get a description of each of their items from here, so I'm going to go look at this one. Increases active item capacity and maximum ammo counts. So that's decent. It's really not the best because you can pick up something that does that. Anyway, I'll choose him anyway. Well, I'll choose Space Marine. I like the Space Marine. Alright, and you can go over, and if you don't like the character you picked, you can go over and switch him. Not at any time. Once you start the dungeon, you're stuck in the dungeon, but over here, here's your token Dark Souls-y kind of character. It's kind of funny. It's kind of a joke. Over here's the tutorial. I'm not going to spoil that because it's kind of funny, so I'm going to leave that to you guys. This going out into here exits the game completely. And there's some rooms I haven't unlocked, so I'm not going to go over that. There's one room I did unlock, and this one's pretty early on. This just shows you that the game kind of works like Nuclear Throne, I think, did this. Oh wow, I'm forgetting the roguelike that actually did this. But basically, you go in here and you can buy items that they plop down into the item world for you. And yeah. So you got the big shopkeeper dude, and then you got the lazy chick that does lazy things. Anyway, you unlock that second dungeon. You basically can buy items with the money up here, and they throw them down there for you and pick them up randomly. Alright, let me just get to the meat of it here. Alright, so you start on the first floor always. This basically, it works almost exactly like Nuclear Throne and Binding of Isaac. There's a lot of differences and a lot of quality of life improvements. And improvements in general. I actually like this game a lot better than Binding of Isaac. But I was never really a fan of Binding of Isaac. So. As you can see, this game is very bullet helly. And to combat that, they added a dodge roll. And the dodge roll gives you invincible frames, or iframes. Basically, when you start it, from the time you start it to the time you hit the ground, you're invincible. Once you hit the ground, you're vulnerable again, so you want to time that well. There's other nice things like flipping tables. Gives you instant cover. And tables can be broken, as you can see. You'll see that in a second, but... Alright. Just finish this guy off. Well, that ghost is a jerk. Alright, so... After you clear out a room, you'll basically get all the bullets, which are the currency. That'll just go right automatically to you. Alright, let's see. Oop. Oh, that's not very nice. As you can see, The enemies can be pretty easy, like those little guys, to pretty difficult, like this big sword guy. And they telegraph their attacks pretty well, so you can guess when they're going to do something and counter it. As you can see, the aesthetic of this game is actually pretty awesome. It's really, really well done pixel art, and the animations are top-notch, and there's little things to it, like if you look at the gun, you'll see that the top of it, or the end of it, cocks back like it would on any other real-life gun, which is quite nice. Doo-doo-doo. Alright. May not notice it now, but this game actually is incredibly difficult past the first floor. Oh, chest. What did I get? Alright, so there's at least this is true for the first and second floor so far. I've not been able to get to the third floor. It gets the difficulty spike jumps quite significantly. You'll always get an item and a gun. Sometimes the chests you'll get them from will turn out to be mimics, and they will try to murder you, which is pretty funny. But it's almost always an item and a gun. Sometimes you can find a random room with another chest with another item or a gun. And sometimes you'll find secret rooms with just like health or something called blanks, which I will introduce you to shortly, or another key to unlock a chest. Other than that, yeah, there's surprises here and there. So anyway, let's see what this item does. All right, flip showmanship. This ancient technique briefly stuns enemies whenever a table is flipped. That's actually very nice. Chapter 1 of the Tabla Sutra. And when a table is masterly flipped, what a magnificent sight. Surely all who witness the flip of a true master can only stand transfixed, agog. Alright then. Alright, another neat feature, which I will show you in a minute, is teleportation. Like, for example, wow. This room kind of screams secret room. Usually you'd find a secret room by having a secondary weapon shoot at a wall and it starts cracking. And then you'd open it with a blank. Unfortunately, the starting guns, unless they start with the secondary starting gun, can't really reveal that. So what you do is just, if you feel like there's a secret in this room, you just use a blank. And there wasn't one, so that was kind of a waste. But when there is one, it'll open up for you, and you can go get the goodies inside. Oh, teleportation. Alright, so basically, this is a huge improvement over backtracking in other roguelites like Binding of Isaac. You basically open the map, you click one of these green things, and you'll teleport to it. It is quite useful. If you want to go back to that room after you're done doing whatever, you can just click the use button and you'll go right back to it. Alright, let's see what's in this room. Whoop! Hello. Huh, that's odd. Up until then, I've always tried opening pots and stuff, but never got anything from it. I got a blank and a heart, a blank, which was weird. I've never had that happen before. So I guess there is a point in opening the pots, because I was about to tell you there wasn't. Okay, so here's the boss. We could go fight it right now, but there's really no point at the moment, so I'm going to leave him alone. We're going to go over here instead. See what's down here. Oh, wow, never seen that enemy before. That's new. That was different. You don't really see much different from the others. There's some enemies that will randomly do things when they die. Like the shotgun shells will actually kill themselves and explode to little bullet hellsy things. And sometimes they just don't. It all depends. Dodge it. Alright. Holy balls. Alright. When you're feeling trapped and you can't really dodge it, like right now, you can use a blank which will throw back enemies, stop them from shooting for half a second, and let you get your bearings back. Boop! Ah, that is a useful item. You can already tell. Alright. Who's down? Oh, shit. Well, you're not very nice, are ya? Alright. At least you didn't explode when you died. That's always nice. Alright. I feel like there's something in this room, but I don't want to. Well, screw it. I'll use a blank. Nope, nothing. Darn. Whoop. Alright. It's, I guess you won't be able to really tell this until you play it a couple of times. Or floor a couple of times. Basically, each room is hand done. They're made by one dude. Well, not one dude, but a team of dudes, but you know what I mean. However, their placement is completely random. Oh, I don't have a key now, do I? Now, if you don't have a key, you can just go to shopkeeper to buy one, and I don't think I found the shopkeeper yet. He's probably over on that one. So I'm gonna just warp that whole 5 feet. They're all hand done, so you basically take advantage of things like this, or cover, or traps like shooting a switch. Will drop a chandelier on people like that one. And it'll drop it on enemies. Let's go visit the... We'll have to go find the... whoa, what the... That wasn't very nice. You know what? Screw you guys. Anyway. Oh, here he is. The good old... shopkeeper. Word of warning. It's very important. Very important. If you shoot his shit, he will shoot you. And then he will leave the rest of the map. If he gets angry enough or gets out of shotgun but hasn't started shooting you yet, he will increase every price. Which is kind of funny. Oh, what's this do? Well, I am full health. I may as well buy a gun, right? Because there's not a key in here. That sucks. That's excellent choice. Axis of Evil. What's that do, I wonder? We could check the Ammonomicon. And they'll tell us everything we want to know about items. Oh, wow. Reload for momentary safety. A misbegotten attempt to combine melee and range combat. The axe portion of this gun is mostly useless. Very nice to know. Reloading involves it swinging the blade around wildly, which might protect you from a stray bullet. That's pretty cool, actually. And then you got... Well, basically, you got tiers. You got guns, active items, which you would call or use. And then passive items that give you passive stuff. And if you can't tell, it's very much like Binding of Isaac in that way. Alright, let's go ahead and... I'll just go straight to the boss. And you'll see what the bosses are about. They're pretty wacky. Uh-oh. It'll rotate a boss for each floor. Floor 1 has 3 of them. I think floor 2 has 2, but I'm not sure. They're pretty wacky. I kind of like the humor. Boop. Oh. Whoop. Ah, I lost my armor there. Alright, whoop. Strangely how I do tiny bit better when people are watching. Jeezel. Boop. Ah. I don't have any blanks. Like, I'll just use a blank. Never mind. Oh. Strangely enough, this is the easiest of the 3 bosses. I don't want to spoil what the other 2 are, so I'm not going to. Ah! Bet you can't guess that reference. Huh? Huh? It's Metal Gear Solid. Alright, so, for beating the boss, you get, like, a gun, and you get other stuff, really. It's kind of self-explanatory. I didn't get a key, though, which kind of sucks. So I don't get that gun in the chest. That sometimes happens. Usually the shopkeeper has a key, but you know, sometimes you just don't get that lucky. So I have to move on to second floor. Alright, this is where things get hairy. You'll see in a bit, but second floor is exponentially harder than the first. Alright, let's see what we're doing. Whoop! That was completely my fault. Also, I believe opening chest returns your, Wow, I just did that, didn't I? Opening chest returns, basically, your helmet. So, with the Marine, you get your armor back. Or you get any item you usually start with back. Enemies also get tougher on the second floor. Just a tiny bit. Enough to be annoying. Well, not annoying, but you know what I mean. Oh shit, one of those. Oh, wow. I'm kind of embarrassed that happened. Oh well. So, you guys got the gist of it. When you die, it'll tell you how many people you killed, what Gungeoneer you used, what area. In this case, Gungeoneer. The time you spent doing all that, the money you collected, and the kills you earned. Actually, I'm wondering what that is. Oh, that's times died. Wow, I am adult. Okay, so that's times you've died. I've died 26 times. That's great. And then kills, and I got 64 kills. And then it tells you what you died by and how you died, and I got suckered in the face by a Tazzy. So there you go. You can either return to the breach or you can just quick restart it. It doesn't really care how you do it. Sometimes it's good to just go back and use those little token thingies up here that you got, which I'm gonna do actually. Yeah, that's Gungeon for you. It is a wonderful, wonderful roguelike. I like it a lot more than I did Binding of Isaac. That may or may not be because Binding of Isaac creeps me out. Oddly, it's one of the few games that ever has creeped me out like that. And it's mostly just because I'm a parent and I don't really like seeing small children kill themselves repeatedly. But still, this is a great game. And I love it. You should go buy it and play it. I can't really say much more than that. It's one of the best roguelikes I've ever played. It builds upon all of the predecessors. It does something new. And just, you know, well, it doesn't do much new, but you know what I mean. I rather enjoy it. It's great. Just plenty of bosses, plenty of enemies. It's really fucking hard. But anyway, this has been the Bad Burrito. Hope you guys have a nice night, and go buy Gungeon already. Just go buy it. It's wonderful. I can't say much more. Go buy it. Anyway, adios.